All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank y'all so much for coming over, man. We are back on the Art of Dialogue channel, which I'll leave in the description, as always, so you guys can check out more. We got another part of the interview with Chopper. This is huge right here. This is huge because this has been rumored for a long time. I just want to hear his uh, insight on this. It says Chopper reveals Diddy hated hearing Tupac name around him and says Diddy will be charged with Tupac, for taking out Tupac. That's what the title says here. Again, it's been so many rumors and alleged about this. So let's see what he has and what he heard. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
I heard a comment you made about how when you would bring up Pac name around Diddy, he'll get mad.
Yes. He hated every bit of it. I remember one time, he was like, who did you grow up listening to? I'm like, Tupac. I ain't mentioned Biggie. That nigga ain't even talk to me for like 4 fucking days after that. Everything with Pac, like, you couldn't say Pac was anything better than Biggie. You can't put them in the same realm or nothing. It was all about Biggie. Nigga, I ain't know no fucking it was all a dream whole song. I knew a couple words, the first verse maybe, but he made us recite the whole fucking thing. I guess
I remember
I don't
that.
know. He made us recite that whole fucking thing. And I don't think that Biggie would have gave a if a nigga would have killed about reciting his whole shit. You dig? Like, cause I grew up listening to Biggie too, and I felt Pac differently, you dig? I wasn't shooting down Biggie, you dig? Nigga love Biggie, you heard me? Believe that. But Pac made me feel a different way. Pac made me feel him. Biggie made me listen to him, bop to him.
You know, I got asked that question long time ago, about like Tupac and Biggie. People, from what I've heard and seen, always thought Biggie was a better lyricist and Tupac was a realist. Like, people are gonna feel Tupac more just because they could relate to a lot of the things he was rapping about, especially on the West Coast, especially. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, man, Tupac was such a like dope lyricist as far as like, you know how a lot of people use big words and they go really in depth. Tupac was just hard, straight to the point, a realist. That's the difference for me. All right, I feel like most people. So what he's saying about Tupac making you feel him, yeah, I get that.
With his cadence. But Pac made me feel away. I done seen, you heard me, around my way, I done seen niggas cry. I done seen niggas go to war. I done seen all that shit off Pac influence. So I'm like, damn, this nigga Pac is the best. I remember when, remember that, what's that, Tupac diss, Hit 'Em Up?
Oh,
What? I remember what niggas used to be around the way just drinking liquor, smoking, and just playing Hit 'Em Up, ready for fucking smoke, son. And when I listen to Biggie make you want to be a player. Biggie make you want to go fuck a bitch. Biggie make you want to, so that was the difference. Pop, I don't know, he related to niggas in the streets a little different than Biggie did.
I
That's
just
just
said
my
it.
opinion. That's just a perception of me. I could be wrong. But when you listen to Tupac, bro, he touch you differently.
Yeah.
Biggie make you feel him. Pop make you, he damn near put a battery in your back and make you go do something. To me, that's the difference. I don't know.
You see that?
Pop,
No, that's crazy. Like the influence of like, if you're a street dude, you grow up in the ghetto. Like I said, you are really gonna relate. Really gonna relate. But he said make you want to go do something. That's oh, he said ready for the smoke. That's crazy.
Had mental manipulation. You did. That's just my opinion. Like that was powerful to me, to have mental manipulation, to basically put a invisible battery in people's backs and make them go be a fucking Black Panther, a leader, a logical man. He can make it turn into a thug. He can make it turn into a fucking. He make you want to do good. He make you want to do bad at the same time. He make you pick your poison of who you truly are. Pop brung out who you truly were. Of your characteristic. That's just what I feel. You did. He brung you out of who you are. And that's wild. But yeah, Diddy hated everything about Tupac, no matter how it sound. Diddy hated Pac. Facts. hated his guts. Hated him.
I didn't know the hate was that serious, man.
It was that serious. It's that serious. Honestly, say, bro, I think the Keefer D situation, I think the real reason why they ain't gonna let Puffy out is because they trying to connect that Keefer D situation with Puffy. That's what I really think it is. Because if it came down to some sex trafficking, foolishness, and all that, there are buku chumped up charges they couldn't prove. I don't think they got no evidence. I think they trying to keep them in there to lock in that Keefer D. You heard me? That Keefer D situation with Puff. I think that's the only reason why he's still in jail right now. They know Puff is not a dangerous person on the outside. They know if they let him out right now, he's going to be on house arrest. He's going to be a good boy. He around and do all church love.
Yeah, see, that's what a lot of people thought. Even after me watching that documentary and seeing how he grew up, and they gave some insight to that. Nobody looked at him as being tough. But some of the dangerous people are the ones with money or access to money, because they know how to get to people who don't mind getting their hands dirty for some money. You know what I mean? Being able to pay people to do things for you, And then that video of Cassie that came out, that's why people were shocked. Like, what? Yeah. So I get what he's saying, but the money part makes him dangerous.
Videos and whatever. They know that already. That's not what they aiming for. They don't care about none of that. What they care about is they trying to connect Keefer D with Biggie. I mean, with Tupac and Diddy. I'm telling you, that's what I feel. And I never thought I would have said that, but I'm an intelligent man, bruh. And ain't no other way they gonna keep you in there of, yeah, Diddy did this to me. Oh, Diddy did that to me. I'm suing him. Oh, we got enough evidence to. No, you don't. That's accusations. That's not factual, brother. You dig? So I feel like the actual factual thing that they really trying to aim for is the key for D. That's the only thing that they can really lock them in with. All the rest of that shit gonna get chumped down when it come down to it. Diddy gonna plea, and that shit gonna be over with. What they going? That rabbit in the hole is gonna be that key for D situation. I'm telling, mark my words.
Whatever it takes.
That's why they ain't gonna let him out. They would have let Keefer D out on that bail. Vegas got a little thing. They'll let you out on bail, but they got little restrictions of how you can get out. You dig? So they gonna make sure your ass can't get out of jail. Trust me. So that's the only way I see that. Cause the feds play a different game. They patient. They play chess, right? They lay it down and they watch. They're going to let you play however way you want to play and do whatever you want to do until they're ready for you. And I don't think the feds' plan was to, let's be ready for Diddy. No, they drew the sex charges and all that shit out there so the media could look at him a certain way like a monster, which probably he is. I don't know. But look at him like a monster to keep him sealed in that bit. But what they're really aiming for is Las Vegas. They're going to get, they gonna try it. Think about that. That's the games they play. They don't play chess. I mean, they don't play checkers. They play chess. They come in to get them the right way. They're going to try to keep them in there. They're going to connect it. If they could. I don't know. I ain't Cleo, and she was a scam, but I'm not a psychic. But But
Boy,
I'm a logical man, and ain't no other way you're gonna keep that man in there off accusations, civil accusations. You did. You can't really quite prove it.
remember that Tony Busby said a while back that he has enough to keep Diddy in jail. I think he said I have enough to put him away forever or something like that. But the reason it's taking a while is because he's trying to get to like all the hotels and all these other places where a lot of these events were taking place. So it's not just Diddy. But what he's saying could also be true. And that's what I was talking about. I said, if this man find a way to weasel his way out of this, and it's kind of scary to think about, but just got to be patient.
You did. I think he in there. He really can't prove what he done besides beating on Cassie. That's it. That's all you can really prove right now. The gay man and all that shit there and all that. That's all fool. That's shenanigans, brother. The thing you could prove is connecting Key for D with Biggie and Diddy and Pot. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Yep. If you're a logical man, what other way you going to keep him in there? What other way? You hear me? What other way you going to keep him in there and seal him in? He came with a $50 million bond plan and they shut it down. They didn't shut it down because, oh, you're a sex trafficker, you're a monster. They shut it down because the influence he can have outside. You're better in here than out there. That's it. That's all it is. You're not a threat. You're just better in here for what we're trying to do than out there for what you could do. That's simple. No matter how that sounds. That's exactly what it is. Because they play different type of games. You see what they did to Irv Gotti and them, they froze all they so they can aim for, free that man, Supreme. They froze the whole Murder Inc., you heard me? So they can smoke him and keep him in there. And then when that was over with, they let it all go again. Because Irv Gotti and them boys, they wasn't never in trouble. But you're interfering with what we're really aiming for, the goal. Free that man though. You did. So they play different types of games. And even when I caught that sex trafficking accusations, you did. They was like,
I remember that.
When I was in there, they was like, oh yeah, federal. I'm like, federal? They tried to send me up the road. Them prosecutor people tried to send me up the road. And then I was in there, mind you, 2 months. On my second month, I said, then send me up the road. Let's go to war. The moment I said all that, they were just like, let them out. Because they realized they ain't had nothing on me because I done nothing. But now I come home and I go on the internet and I see sex trafficking. Like I was sex trafficking people.
I remember that.
And Diddy gonna have it, on him for the rest of his life. No matter if he done it or not. Or for the rest of his life. Just so happened, I'm not as big as Diddy. Thank God. I'm not as big as Diddy. So I can, my shit dropped. I ain't ever get prosecuted for none of that type of shit there, So all I got to do is what I'm supposed to do. Stay disciplined, get it together, drop shit, cut up. And you're only a hit away from everything, just motherfuckers not remembering nothing anyway. You're only a hit away. And the crazy part about music, bruh, is
I'm wondering what he has to say now after, and I'm pretty sure he probably checked it out, the documentary that just came out. I'm wondering, like, if he heard I'll Be Sure's, like, what he has to say about I'll Be Sure, the Kim Porter situation. Also, the lady, I mean, she wasn't in there, but the lady who supposedly Diddy, when he fired the gun in the club. I'm just wondering what he has to say about all that. Because again, he's right about there's a lot of accusations against Diddy, a lot. But I mean, I hope they do go with something that will stick. It's scary to think about, man. it's scary, but yeah.
Only a hit away from everything getting swept under the rug. That's all. That nigga Kelly did that foolishness, pissed on them little girls, and did all that foolishness. You heard me? He made some hits. I forgot about it until he kept doing all that crazy shit. And that's why Kelly is where he was at, because it happened for him. It didn't happen to him. He in there because maybe that's is where he's meant to be.
Yeah.
He could have came home from that shit from the first time and was like, you know what? I'm not fucking with none of that no more. But he continued to do it. And he wasn't doing what they said he was doing. I told you the feds play a different game. They kept that shit bundled. They just wanted him to keep playing them little games so they can bring that back. R. Kelly went to prison from throwback shit. He didn't even go to prison from no real shit. That was just how to keep him in there. But the real truth is the pissing on the little girls and the Aaliyah rest in peace situation. That's how they really got him.
I mean, hey.
So that just lets you know that it's different. R. Kelly and Diddy are not the same. It's not the same situation. So obviously it got to be something else of what they're aiming for. It can't be that, because we all know, man, it's
my grandma used to say, she's the one who got me saying the same. I always say it's the same difference. You know what I mean? I get what he's saying. There's different types of evil, but at the end of the day, it's evil. So, yeah, I definitely understand what he's saying. And again, apologies, because it's going to be a lot of clipping out I'm going to have to do, just because of, I told y'all, certain words are being used in here that I cannot have repeated in a reaction video. So
it's too wishy-washy, you know. It's something else. It's something else, brother. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Do I think Diddy guilty? Maybe. Do I think he did everything they saying he did? No. But at the end of the day, do he need to sit down and have a piece of the humble pie and go through this to change his life and get some discipline? Yes. Just like every last one of us should get. We should get what's for us. Period.
That's real talk. And I remember that episode, how he has y'all out in the cold rapping big lyrics. Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Hated every bit of it. Hated it. I hated it. Oh, I wanted to go home, dog. That was the only. That's the only time I wanted to fight that nigga. You heard me? Everything else, that was all my dog Fred. But when he was making us recite them rhymes, I was just like, that ain't what we came here for. So when Gene say, oh, he ain't have no intentions for them niggas, maybe he didn't, dog. But at the end of the day, if hip hop is about that, I don't ever want to be mainstream. So I mean, I'm older now. I've been in this shit a long time. So it was just round way. It was his way. So that's why I say some of the shit he going through, he kind of deserve that shit, brother. You know, he kind of deserve that shit, dog. 'Cause you don't put no motherfuckers through no shit like that. That ain't business. That's some egotistical shit. Ain't that fucked up? Ain't that fucked up? So how do you expect how do you expect us to last when you're shooting us down like a dog? How do you expect us to walk with our tail swinging when you keep cutting our tail and expecting us to be happy about it? Come on. So if he done that like that, imagine what he really get down like.
Yeah.
That was light to him. That's an easy 30. Easy 30. And I did them dirty. Imagine what he doing to other people. So is he guilty? Maybe. Did he do what everybody said he doing? I don't think so. But I don't think he innocent either. So however his outcome coming, it's for him. Because it wouldn't be happening. It wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for him. It's happening to him because it's happening for him. He need this. Say, bro, to be honest with you, I don't even think I would be this way mentally if that didn't happen for me either. Did it happen for me because I was guilty? I was doing all? No, but I needed that because in my mind, especially at that time, I felt like I couldn't be with. I did. I felt untouchable.
See?
And the reason I felt that way because I'm like, I don't even need them.
That's that's huge of him saying that, because most of the times that's what it is. They feel untouchable, they feel invincible, like nothing could ever happen to them. They sitting on all this money and they feel protected, you know. Uh it's almost like when you watch the Golden Globes and you have a comedian like Ricky Gervais, or like what's her name, Sister Glazer, when they start to joke about those celebrities, you can see the look on their faces, like it's like, yo, why are y'all allowing this? You can see how nervous they look. I thought, when we sign these contracts, we're untouchable. They can't joke about stuff like this. So it's about that pedestal that, of course, us as fans put them on. They're on this high pedestal, looking down at us, thinking that we can never touch them. And boy, when yeah, when they get there, it's like a big shock to them. That's big facts that he admitted that.
I'm not, I'm always rap. That's what I do. I love it. But at that time, I felt like I was getting so much money from other things. I can do what I want to do. So I started looking at the same shit. I started looking at women like objects and items instead of like human beings and people too. Because that's the power of what money will do, bruh. It'll make you start, not all people, but when you come from nothing, you start getting this little itch to feel like you're better than others.
He's talking.
And the universe have a way of giving you a humble pie to let you know that we're all on borrowed time. We got to be able to figure out how to win with each other instead of trying to belittle each other. And I think that's what this come down to with Diddy. He need this humble pie. He do. He need it. Because when I was back there, oh, I hated every bit of it, brother. I hated every bit because I'm not a jailbird, But I don't think nobody's a jailbird till you're in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm in that bit like, I don't belong here. But I bet everybody next door is saying the same thing. But at that moment, I realized this what made me go home, honestly. I was like, maybe this is meant to happen for me. Maybe I'm meant to be here. Maybe I need to get my mental together. Maybe I need to cut off all my friends. I need to cut off all them holes I'm f***ing with. I need to cut off everything that's wearing and tearing on me. Because when I was in there, I got a lot of love, so I'm not gonna lie. But the people that I expected to be there for me wasn't there for me. And the people that I didn't even expect to be there for me was there for me. And that's what I realized to myself, like, life is a motherfucker. When I got out of that motherfucker, I went head throttle, bro. I got to it though. I ain't gonna cap. I didn't tuck my tail. You heard me. I ain't get on no interviews just accepting money to survive all that weird ass shit. I'm not doing all that. I'm gonna be strategic of everything I'm doing for the rest of my life because I'm hand over fist. My job is to become a young entrepreneur. That's my goal, and I will be. You dig?
Boy, he said a lot. He said a lot in there, man. A lot of good things. I've talked about that before. I said, why when people come from the ghetto, when they come from nothing, and then they end up, however it happens, but they end up rich or wealthy, the first thing they do, especially in rap, is call people broke, like as if they weren't there before. You know what I mean? And how he was talking about how when you get the money, because when you come from nothing and you get the money, you start to look down on people. That's what money. That's what it can do to you if you're not a level-headed person. And him talking about having to go through things to getting your humble pie. That's the whole. I'm pretty sure it's people in his life telling him, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. And what he's saying is like, it's some people in the world who have to find out the hard way. And a lot of times they don't make it through because the hard way could mean death for them. It could be death, you know, and then maybe somebody close to them or one of their friends who was kind of on the same path to destruction, see what happens to them, and then that'll be their wake-up call. And some people don't. Some people go through life with a lot of things never happening to them directly, but it could happen to people close to them. You know, I'm telling y'all this because I lived it. You know, when you grow up in the ghetto and you see violence, you see the gangs, the drugs, when you see all these things, the worst thing that could happen for you is to become immune to it. You know, thinking and normalizing it like this is what my life is supposed to be. And I was stuck in that for a while until I figured that there was something better for me in the world. And you stay on that path and you'll end up inspiring people, you know. And I think that's overall what he's trying to say is like he wants to get to a place when he can be inspiring to someone. But yeah, this was a lot, man. This brother has definitely evolved. Hey, appreciate you guys coming over. Again, the original video is in the description because I did have to trim some stuff out, but it shouldn't be that much. All right, peace out.